Wow, I got some flyaways going on here. Still trying to let it grow out. Hi guys, welcome back to Rock Fabulous 40s and happy Sunday morning to you guys. And today I'm going to do the products I have been wearing throughout the month of March. And I'm going to do this a little bit differently than what I have normally done it in the past. You guys will notice I'm pretty barefaced here. But instead of doing like a this is my favorites from the products I've used in the month of March, I'm going to actually show you guys what I've used in the month of March. What I liked, what I didn't. Some of the products that I have used are shop my stash kind of products, meaning products I've had for quite some time that I'm trying to get use out of again. Some of the stuff is a little new, so I'm going to do this just a little bit differently. So I've split up my month of March into like 2-week little blocks, and I have a basket full of stuff here that I wore the first 2 weeks of March, and then I have this cube, this guy right here, this guy, that I keep on my bathroom counter, and I fill it with stuff that I want to make sure that I wear, and this is stuff that I pretty much wear on a daily. This is not like my going out product, but this is stuff that I wear like on an everyday basis going to work, and I switch it out every 2 weeks. So this is the stuff that I have worn the past 2 weeks, and I'm going to apply the stuff from this cube on my face today. So what we're going to do, and by the way guys, if you like the concept of this type of video, let me know down below. Give it a big thumbs up, like the video, so that way I know to do more of these monthly. I want to try to get out of the whole realm of monthly favorites and doing more of these are the things that I've worn throughout the month and what I think of them. So we're going to start with the first 2 weeks of March, which is actually in this basket. These are things that I have already worn. And we're going to jump right in with primers. I used my Smashbox Primerizer, which you guys know I love this primer. If you have watched me for any length of time, it's one of my favorites. I also used the Master Blur Stick this month, and this is in the shade 120, this guy right here. This is a colored primer. It's supposed to help blur pores and imperfections. It's not my favorite. I do have to be very strategic when I use this. If I use too much and I use it in places other than just my pore-ish areas, it tends to make my makeup underneath look a little cakey, and I'm just not a big fan. So yeah, it's okay. Also, I have used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Cucumber 3-in-1 primer water. It works okay. I don't like the smell. The smell when you first spray it smells good, but then it kind of turns to me into more of a rotten, moldy kind of smell. So I just can't get past that. So I'm not going to be wearing that anymore. Alright, for foundation, the foundation I wore the first 2 weeks is a foundation that I have left in my drawer for this 2 weeks. And it is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. This guy right here, I absolutely love it. And it's very sheer coverage, but it does give you the even skin tone and making you look like it's what you want when you're wanting to have a no makeup day, if that makes sense. So this is a beautiful foundation from the drugstore. For concealers, I have worn the first 2 weeks the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, as well as the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow concealer. Both of these I like about the same. They're both okay. I think the Fit Me is a little bit more coverage, but I do really like both of them, and I can't even tell what the colors are. I think one is buff beige and one is medium, so they're good. They're just not my favorite. For powder, I've been wearing the Pretty Vulgar The Powder Room in Matte About It. This is just a translucent setting powder. I've been using this under my eyes to set my concealer. It's okay. Again, not my favorite, but I am trying to use it. I do have to be very careful with it because it will cake up under my eyes very easily if I don't go very light-handed. For highlighter, I have been wearing the Wet n Wild highlighting powder, the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. I believe the color of this is in Bloom Time. I have actually accidentally torn the label off, but this is a beautiful highlight. It's not one of the typical Wet n Wild boom in your face highlights. It is a natural glowing within type highlight. It is peachy, but the peachy doesn't really show up on the skin so much even when you're a little lighter complected, so I am enjoying that. For eyeshadows, within the first 2 weeks I've been wearing the Wet n Wild VI Purple, this right here. Not a favorite. It does have a nice mix of mattes and shimmers in it and some beautiful purples and pinks here and some nice transition shades. and it goes on and blends beautifully. The problem is within a couple of hours of wearing this, all the colors seem to blend together and start to look very muddled on my eyes, and I don't really like that. So it's not a horrible little palette, and it's only $4.99, but it's just not my favorite. It's just okay. I have also worn the Morphe 9i, this guy right here. Okay, and this is, I think I hauled this for you guys if I remember correctly, but it has got some really nice neutrals, a pop of blue over here. This blends nicely, more so than I thought it would, because the shadows to the touch feel a little dry. It's not a horrible palette, but again, it's not my favorite. It doesn't muddle up, it blends nicely. It doesn't skip across the eyes, but it's just kind of plain, I guess. I mean, but it's a nice palette. I'll continue to wear it. And then also an oldie, but a goodie, is this one from Almay. And this is the Almay palette in Fabulista, this little guy right here. And I was actually really shocked with this palette when I first got it. I mean, the colors in here are very pigmented for Almay Almay shadows. I mean, look at this. Okay, all the shades here are shimmery. So I will use them if I want a bit of shimmer on the lid. There is one or two of them in here, like these two bottom shades. This is kind of a black, a grayish black here, and then this purple one here. They are shimmery, but they are dark enough that you can use them in the crease and still get some pretty decent definition. So I really do enjoy those Almay shadows. I don't know if those are still available though, because I got them so long ago. If it's still available, I'll try to link it down below in case you guys are interested. For brows, the first 2 weeks I had been using my e.l.f. brow pencil, which has got a spoolie on one side and it's got the brow pencil on the other. The brow pencil is quite a bit thicker than your typical like Anastasia Brow Wiz or even the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This is great if you already have a decent brow. You don't really need to define a lot, but you need to fill in. This is a great little pencil. And then the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I got this in a BoxyCharm. It's okay. Makes my brows a little crunchy. I prefer the NYX Control Freak to this, but I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't go out and spend, what, 20 some odd dollars, whatever this is, for a clear brow gel. And then for mascaras, I have two. First one has been the Burt's Bees Nourishing Mascara, this little guy right here. This is kind of a fatter wand with more of your natural type bristle. And this I love to wear on just my natural no makeup days. It gives my lashes great definition, great length, not a whole lot of thickness, but it's great for your natural everyday looks. And this is in the color black. And then also the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. This one is in the brown shade. Smaller wand, great for the lower lashes. This thickens and lengthens, and for a brown, if I want a little bit more of a dramatic look with the brown, I'll reach for this because this is just a beautiful mascara. Doesn't flake, doesn't flake, doesn't smear, give me panda eyes, doesn't migrate up to my upper lid. It's a great little mascara. And then my blush that I have been wearing is the same blush that I'm still wearing over the past 2 weeks, which is the Too Faced. It's in my cube. I'll get it out in a minute. It's one of the Too Faced, like the heart-shaped blushes. Alright, so now we're going to get into this cube right here. And what's in the cube is what I'm going to wear on my skin today. So starting with the top drawer here, this is just, the top two drawers is what I keep in my cube every day, every week. It really never changes. Top drawer is my contact lenses. I keep this filled with as many contact lenses pretty much as will fit in here because I change my contacts out every day. So I put them in, throw them away every day. The next top drawer is just all lip balms. I have two colored lip balms here. I have the Fresh Sugar Rose and I have the Neutrogena Color Balm Stick. These are just colored balms that I want to throw on and run out the door when I'm in a hurry. The rest are just clear balms, ones that I put on to go to bed at night, such as my Maylene & Getz. This guy here, beautiful for nighttime, my Laneige sleeping mask. So I've got one. It's also a tinted balm from Sun Bum. This has an SPF in it. I'll just use that anytime when I want to run out the door. Alright, so in the next couple of drawers here, this is where we're going to start doing the application. So we are going to actually start with primer. The primers I have been using are the Catrice Prime and Fine Fresh It Up, this guy right here. This is the Hydrating or Aqua Fresh Primer. It is very similar to the old Smashbox blue one, the hydrating one from Smashbox that I love. It's a little thicker than the primerizer. It's a little more thin than the NYX Hydra Touch, but it is a great little primer. And then also the Dr. Brandt Luminizing Primer or Luminizer Primer here. This one's okay. It's not overly powering of a luminizer as a primer. It's okay. I don't feel it prolongs my makeup any longer than if I didn't have a primer on, but it does give a nice glow under the skin. And then also I've been using, I got this in a BoxyCharm, the Milk Makeup Hydrating Stick, I believe is what it's called. I got, like I said, got this not in a BoxyCharm, as one of my 100 point perks from Sephora. That's where I got this. And I've been using this mainly just under my eyes to provide a little more moisture under there. So let's go ahead and let's start with, I already have my nose ring out. Let's start with the primer. So I'm going to use the Catrice primer. It comes out blue just like the old Smashbox one did. Okay, then I'm going to go in with the Milk Makeup and I'm going to put this hydrating stick under the eyes. If you guys hear talking, I am so sorry. My husband is down in the garage, I guess down there talking to somebody. This stick is it's okay. I mean, I don't find it the most hydrating. It does help a little bit, but I do kind of feel it tugging across the skin a little bit. It is a little bit cooling when you apply it, which is kind of nice. Also, for primer, for eye primer, I have been using the Urban Decay Shadow, the eyeshadow primer potion. This is in the one Enigma. I don't think you can get this anymore, so I've been trying to use it up. It has been the same in my clear cube for the past month. This one hasn't been changed out. I'm trying to get it used. Okay, then I've got 4 foundations that I've been running through the past, actually, month and 2 weeks. The Neutrogena Hydra Boost Hydrating Tint has been in my cube for the past month. I didn't trade this one out because I like it. And it is, like I said, very sheer, but it's great for a no makeup day. I have also been using my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and in the winter I'm the shade 204, which is one of my absolute favorites from the drugstore. Great little foundation. It's a little more coverage than the Neutrogena one, but also still looks very natural, and it never cakes up on me. I just love it. And then also I've been wearing the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer, this guy right here. Also, it's a sheer coverage, but it does even out skin tone. Great for a natural look. I just love this. And in the winter, I'm in the shade Groenland or Light 3. And then also, I have been wearing my Clinique Chubby and the Nude Chubby Sticks. And in the winter, I wear 2 shades. I wear Capacious Chamois, which is a lighter shade, and then I go in a little bit with Bountiful Beige and just kind of mix the two all over my skin. That's great for me in the winter. In the summer, I just wear just the Bountiful Beige because it's darker. But these have been a great little foundations for me too. As far as concealers go, I have been reaching a lot for my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I have the neutralizer and I have the concealer. The concealer is in the shade Sand, and the neutralizer is just a yellow shade, as well as the Makeup Revolution in C9. This is the Conceal and Define right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do foundation and then concealer. So let me go with, I think I'm going to go with the NARS Pure Tinted Moisturizer today. And yes, I do use it as a foundation and not necessarily a moisturizer, but you could use it as a moisturizer if you wanted to. Guys, I still have little pieces of a mask on that I did this morning, so you might see some of that. For the past month, I have been using my Morphe blending sponge here, so I'm going to go ahead and use that today. And again, my NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. Okay. See, it's kind of thick. It's not too terribly liquidy, but what I like to do is I like to take it and just kind of rub it around the skin. Nothing fancy schmancy here, just kind of get it, rub it all in. I'm not doing major blending at this point. Then I'm going to take my Morphe blending sponge here, and this is how I'm actually going to get it blended. So I just kind of smear it all around with my hand and then blend it with the sponge. So this is pretty much what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. Okay, quick and easy. It is on and it is blended. Now let's go concealer. Since I'm going really, really lightweight foundation today, I'm going to go with the Instant Age Rewind Concealer, which has been in my cube for the past few weeks. Actually, the past couple of weeks, 2 weeks. This is not the most coverage in a concealer, however, it is very lightweight and does blend nicely, so even though it doesn't provide a ton of coverage, it doesn't make my under eye look cakey and made up either. So you see it helps a little bit, even though it's not, like I said, a ton of coverage. And of course, if you want to add a little bit more, the nice thing about the Age Rewind is you can add a little bit more and it just doesn't get all that cakey. Actually, it doesn't really get cakey at all. I've also been keeping this little pouch of brushes in my bathroom as well, so that way I don't have to run to my makeup room every single time I want to do my makeup. So I've just got some little brushes here I've been keeping in there. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my brush I've been using for my under eye setting powder, which is the e.l.f. highlighting brush, this guy right here. And for my setting powder, I've been using the Milani Prep Set and Glow, this guy right here. It's okay. It's not been my favorite. It used to be a hate, but I have learned to like it just a little bit more. So I've been reaching for this just a little bit more. It doesn't tend to make my under eye cakey. However, I do like to make sure the concealer is a little dry before I go setting it with the powder. So let's dig in. And I don't know if it's just me, if any of you guys have used this powder for your under eye or actually for anywhere on your face, let me know if you notice kind of a scent that smells a little bit like cinnamon. Because I'm kind of detecting, I don't know, kind of a cinnamony-ish kind of scent to it. I'm also going to put this on my lids. Kind of set the primer I put down there. Okay, so again, the Milani Prep Set and Glow, and the color of this is just, it's number 2 translucent. And then I'm going to press the powder in because I don't want any cakiness. So for my brows, for the past 2 weeks, I have been using the Origins Fill in the Blanks Brow Pencil. It's got your spoolie on one side and then the skinny, tiny little pencil on the other. And I've been using this every day the past 2 weeks. Again, I'm trying to use this up because I have so many brow pencils I need to get through, and it seems like it's taking me forever to use this guy up. Also in my brows, to hold it in place for like a little brow gel with some color, I have been using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist. This is called the Boost and Set, this guy right here. And the shade is, what shade are you? I cannot see anything anymore. I think the shade is just called Brunette, guys. So it's just a tiny skinny little wand here. And I'm just going to run that through the brow. And what I like to use this for is not only to set the brow in place, but the color also helps when, you know, you're like me and you're in your late 40s. You get a little bit of gray in the brow, so a tinted brow gel actually helps cover some of that gray. And then I will go over it with a little bit of NYX Control Freak, and you guys know it's my favorite clear gel. I have 2 of these. I keep one in my clear cube here, and I actually have one in my actual vanity here in my makeup room. Alright, let's go on to eyeshadow. For eyeshadow, I've been using 2 different palettes this month. The past 2 weeks, I've been using the Urban Decay Aphrodisiac, this guy right here, which is just a little 6-pan palette, which has got some beautiful, which has got some beautiful berry tones, some, you know, nice transition shades, and a deep brown. So it's got some brown, some berries, a little bit of rose gold. So yeah, just a nice selection of shades here. And I have also been using the Meet Matrimony, which is from the Balm. It's just an all matte palette, which has been a beautiful palette. This is the one I've been reaching for most often. And pretty much what I'm doing is I'm doing like an all matte look, and then if I want a little bit of shimmer on the lid, I'll top it with one of the shades from here. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go in with this Matt Thomas shade right here, which is this pink one, and I'm just going to apply that all over the entire eye, all the way up to the brow bone. What I really like about this pink, it's a very lifting shade, and I really like that. So it's making I feel like it's making my eye look a little bit lifted. And guys, I love the Balm shadows. I think they are very blendable. They feel kind of hard in the pan actually, but I do feel like they are very blendable and very easy to work with. Okay, now I'm going to go into Matte Moskovitz, this guy here, which is a deep plum. And again, I'm just doing the type of look that I would be doing like an everyday work look when I go to work. I have this, like I said, this cube sitting on my bathroom counter, and I just, in the mornings when I don't want to come in here to my makeup room and sit down and spend a lot of time doing my makeup, I just reach for what's in this cube. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of Matt Lopez, this guy right here, and I'm going to take that just right above the purple I just placed down with a deep plum, just kind of blend that out there. And I'm going to take my fluffy brush and just kind of blend everything together. What I love about these Balm shadows is I can blend everything together like this and it never gets muddled up. I just love it. I'm going to take this Matt Thomas shade here, this pink, which I placed all over the eye earlier, and I'm going to place this just right on the lid. So I still have my little bit of definition, but then I've got some pink on the lid there as well. So now if I want to add just a little bit of shimmer to the lid, I'll grab the Aphrodisiac, this guy right here, and I will take, what are you called? Night Fever, this shimmery guy here, on my finger, and just pop him on the lid just a little bit. Keeping in mind that this is a daytime look, so I don't need to go overboard, you know, with the shimmer. Alright, then for liner. I've been using this Makeup Revolution. It's called I Heart Revolution. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's a little eyeliner like pen. It's just got these little clicky eyeliners in them, and I'm going to use the nude shade just right in the waterline. And again, remember, this is just a daytime I'm going to work look, so I'm not going too dramatic. The nice thing though about both of these eyeshadow palettes as well as this eyeliner is you can make them dramatic if you want to. Because this eyeliner does have a brown, a black, a nude, and it's even got a lip liner. Okay, then I'm going to take the mascara I've been reaching for, which is the Lash Princess. This is the volume. By the way, in case I didn't, look at that. Okay, I'm going to have to let that dry so I can peel it off. In case I did not mention, Lash Princess is from Essence. It is very affordable. You can find it at Ulta, or you can order it on Essence's website. Okay, then for bronzer, I have been wearing this a Milani Baked Bronzer. This has been in my cube for the past 2 weeks. This is in just the color 04 Glow. And I've been taking this on my e.l.f. complexion brush, this little guy right here. Just been swirling it in, and then just kind of doing an all-over kind of bronze thing. I like using bronzer, not a dark bronzer because I don't really contour, but I like using bronzer kind of all over my skin and take it down my neck, because I feel it just gives me a little more life. For blush, I've been using my Too Faced Love Flush blush, and this is in How Deep Is Your Love. I love this. It is a bit of a darker corally shade. And I have been using my Luxie Tapered Highlighter brush for this blush. Just kind of dip it in and do a bit of swirling action right here on the cheeks. You would think by looking at the shade of this blush that it would be really dark, but it's not. And then for highlighter, I have been using two different highlighters. I have been using the Pixi by Petra in Peach Honey, this guy right here, and this is kind of a two-sided highlighter. You've got kind of a peachy shade and a champagne-y shade here, and I normally just swirl the two together and apply. And I have also been using the Pretty Vulgar Shimmering Swan. This actually came in a BoxyCharm not too long ago, so I've been trying to get use out of it. I think this is the one I'm going to go with today. I'm going to use my Moda Highlight and Glow Brush, and this is not a really strong in-your-face kind of highlight. This is just a very subtle inner glow kind of highlight, and I've really been enjoying it. And I really blend it in. Especially during the day, I don't want a really strong highlight. So I really blend to try to get that highlighted within kind of glow. Then I have been using, where's it at? My Mario Badescu Aloe Chamomile and Lavender Facial Spray. And I will go ahead and spray. I will even spray my sponge. And I will just press everything into the skin. And what this does is if you have overdone the highlight a little bit or overdone the blush a little bit, this helps meld everything into the skin and lighten everything up just a hair. And then every day for lips, I have been reaching for one of these little balms here. So I've been reaching for either the Fresh Sugar Rose or I have been reaching for the Neutrogena Color Balm Stick, which I think is the one I'm going to reach for today. Okay guys, so that's everything I have been wearing for the past 2 weeks, the things that have been stored in my little cube on my counter. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did like this type of video, like I said, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Also guys, you can look me up on my social media all under Rock Fabulous 40s. And guys, remember to hit subscribe down there underneath this video somewhere, and you too can rock your Fabulous 40s. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.